Hey guys, welcome to Comic Book Club. I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
I'm Pete.
And we are going to talk about 3 awesome new comic books for you guys today. We're going to talk about All-Star Superman number 12, Greatest Hits number 1, and Secret Invasion Thor number 1. So let's get right into it, okay?
First, I want to say it's great to have all of us back here today.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Cheers! Alright, we're back
Cheers
together.
to that.
We're back to the night shoots, no more early morning drudgery. So, yeah.
And let friendship reign.
This is great. Is this the sort of interesting stuff you guys talked about while I was
Yeah, we didn't talk about
Yeah,
any
talked
comic
about
books.
when you were shooting stuff, welcoming people back. Cool, let's get into it. Talk about All-Star Superman, number 12, the last of Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely's run. What'd you guys think? Did this finish it up in classic style?
Not a classic style. This is a very innovative series throughout the whole. I mean, that's kind of the watchword for it. It's like this is like a great take on Superman. And so,
Really? I disagree. I think it has been looking at it through Grant Morrison's lens, of course, but at the same time, it's completely retro.
Well, yeah, the look and feel of it's retro, but they use that as a lens, as you said, to tell more interesting and imaginative Superman stories than have been told in years.
What kind of lens did you think it was, Pete?
Be specific!
I didn't think it was a lens. I just thought it was a great way to tell a Superman story. It made him look different, made him look a little bit more human, a little bit softer. It knocks it out of the park. It's really been very enjoyable. I haven't been that huge a Superman fan, but this really got me back on board.
And he's right, it's not a lens, it's a comic book.
Nice call. This is great. There was a page in here that got me a little weepy. The one Lois saying "I love you."
I really liked the way
He just got married, so he's still.
He's like, everything's happy.
This is last week talk.
Yeah, hey, show him the ring. Show him the ring.
It's here, but
last
week talk.
I like Grant takes it to kind of mythic proportions. I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's a really nice. That's my favorite part was the way he kind of left it. Where he put Superman at the end of the run.
Yeah, and the most fun part, I think, is that he teases a possible sequel.
I know, very exciting, especially when this series was supposed to go on. I heard from Paul Pope himself, he was originally scheduled to do 2 more issues after this, and then they eventually pulled the plug on it and left it as just Grant's book. So it's exciting that they're going to turn it over perhaps into a Grant sequel.
You gotta check it out. Highly recommend it. All 3 of us.
This is great. This is something that people are going to look back at as a classic Superman story, I think.
Yeah. When I have 7 grandchildren, I'm going to gather them around and tell them about it.
Absolutely. Okay, let's move on. Talk about greatest hits. No, it's my copy. I can do it.
All right.
Greatest hits number 1. Sort of telling the story of the Beatles, except as superheroes. What did you guys think about this from Vertigo?
I didn't originally pick this up because when I walked past, I was like, "Oh, some Beatles thing." I'm not interested. But having read it, I was like, "Oh, wow, it's so much more than that." To give it that kind of Beatles pigeonhole, it kind of doesn't quite do it justice because it uses that as a springboard, but then goes off and telling this great, interesting story about like kind of the genesis of a super team and fame and all of that. It was great.
I walked by, looked at it, and I saw it was kind of a weird thing. It's the greatest hits, and I had the guy with his tongue out, and I thought it was about tripping on acid. But I kind of disagree with you. I feel like it's a lame bunch of people who are British and like to get on with trannies and cars, and
those were people in LA.
Yeah, but
they weren't British.
Oh, that's true. That part, and then I had a weird subplot with about a writer who had one really good touching hit, and he's just trying to get his way back into the scene.
I walked by this and I read the cover that says "The Greatest Rock and Roll Heroes of the '60s," and I knew exactly what it was about.
Superheroes.
Yeah. So there you go. So I figured
you're some sort of genius.
Pretty much, apparently. I half like this book. I really like the idea. I disagree. I think it pretty much is the Beatles step for step, right down historically. Pretty much, I mean, there's little nips and tucks there and there, but it's pretty much the history of the Beatles, except as if they were superheroes, and that's pretty much it, and I like that a lot. The modern stuff, the stuff with the tranny hookers, feels jarringly out of place to me. There's at least 2 sex jokes there that are way over the top.
Yeah, especially when the girl's spitting out jizz in a bucket. I mean, that was ridiculous.
That's to put a fine point on it. And the tranny thing here is getting way overemphasized. It's like 2 panels of it.
Well, who cares? It's still in there.
Yeah, I know, but they're obviously telling 2 separate
the
stories.
time I
that
had
they're
sex with a
together.
tranny hooker. It was a very short period of time, but it's something that stayed with me my entire life.
Thank you, Alex.
And that's
Thank
a
you.
highlight from Alex's honeymoon. We'll get more into that as the
man.
show goes.
All right, that's it for greatest hits. Let's talk about.
It's better than they say. Pick it up.
Bro,
Yes.
stop
No,
it.
it is good. It is worth picking up.
No, it's not.
Cool. Secret Invasion Thor number 2. What you guys think about this?
Well, I'll tell you what. All these
For
secret
a brief
invasions.
second, I looked on it and I thought you were like, well, I'll tell you what, and grab Justin's
No,
hand.
no.
That happened while you were gone.
I heard it. I
This
heard
is
that you guys
just
wanted
for-
to kiss or something.
For me,
I
this
just wanted to.
this is a perfect example of why these satellite books are doing a better job with this Secret Invasion title.
Because this was good. And
This was really good. This was really great. There isn't a ton happening. You can keep up with what's going on. It's well written. The art is fantastic. Very enjoyable. Some touching moments. Just great stuff. Great stuff.
Well, I mean, Matt Fraction really knows how to tell a superhero story from a different angle that you haven't seen before, and this is great. Thor, to get into a little bit, Thor has given Mjolnir to Beta Ray Bill because he lost his hammer, his
Right.
axe hammer, and he's been delivering a baby.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Mjolnir.
Yeah. And so he's delivering a baby into town, and Beta Ray Bill, who everyone loves, right? Beta Ray Bill gets his ass kicked over and over again in this book. And then in the end, it sets up a great confrontation. I thought it was a great book.
This, I do like it. It's well written. Art is great. Really enjoyable. I agree with you guys that the satellite books are doing Secret Invasion better than Secret Invasion. The malaise that I feel over Secret Invasion is starting to seep into these books.
Yeah.
Where towards the end of this book, when you have a Skrull with the power of like 4 strong women or something like that, I'm like, all right, it's enough. I get it. You're jamming as many powers into Skrulls as you possibly can.
Well, I love it seemed to be 4. Like the scroll power limit and all the books came out this week. We're like, we've jammed 4 different superheroes into these scrolls.
I definitely agree with you. I am really reaching my scroll limit here.
Yeah, I'm scrolled out.
Yeah, it's really getting to a point where. But what's worrying me is the fact that they're doing all this advertising to push the fact that the Skrulls are going to be staying around for a while, and I hope that's not true because I'm really starting to get.
I just want to see it change. I'm tired of it being like, oh, what's this scroll? Oh no, they have some sort of extra power. I have to fight it. Like,
Yeah.
okay, fine.
Yeah.
If they're going to be in the human population, let's do that and get over it.
It's a little bit annoying because I feel like the whole way they sold this Skrull invasion thing is you don't know who could be a Skrull.
Yeah.
That's really dangerous. I mean, that's the thing
Yeah.
that's cool about shape changers to begin with.
Right.
But then to be like, they have all these awesome powers.
Yeah.
It's like the sort of thing I did in my room when I was 5 with all of my action figures, taking their heads off and putting them
Yeah,
on.
that's what I did too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
An arm here, an arm there. Also, like I love how they put together different costume elements from the different characters that they have the powers.
When do
of.
they have time to do
I
this?
know who's accessorizing.
No,
this
what's weird is I thought you were going to kind of relate the story of your youth to your point, which was combining powers, but you were actually ripping off heads of dolls and putting them on other dolls. That's creepy. But
Dolls?
I do action figures.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
he's right. Dolls.
Oh,
yeah,
you had
right,
dolls.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
told me
they have the
that.
power of a Barbie and a Polly Pocket.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Good looking and tiny. It's that
I had
dangerous scroll.
mine was He-Man and My Little Pony.
Wow.
Oh,
Weird.
pony. Would you guys say pick this up?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's a good read. Definitely pick it up.
Yeah, I'm on the fence about it, but I'd say pick it up as well, especially if you're a Thor fan
Or Beta Ray Bill.
or Matt Fraction fan is what I was going to say. So that is it for this time. We will see you guys tomorrow. But if you have a question, you can write us at thecomicbookclub@yahoo.com or check us out at youtube.com/comicbookclub. You can upload your video responses on YouTube, comment right here below. And if you're ever in New York City, come visit us every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. at our
Come on
live
down.
show, Comic Book Club. We will see you guys next time.
When you were gone, I had to say all that stuff. Now
We
you
split
say
it up. We split it up.
Yeah, Pete
Really?
mumbled through it and sometimes.
Usually what's happening, he was going off on a tangent, and I would start wrapping it
Oh,
up.
Yeah,
as opposed to what's happening right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. I cut this like a minute ago.
Well, that's fine.
I don't think you
I'm
did.
Sure, I'm sure.
Not if anyone's seeing this, then you didn't. Think about that.
Yeah.
Time travel.